All right, we're going to look at this problem that you just solved, and I want you to see if one of your solutions matches what I did. So this says Tamika ran 2 5/8 miles. Her sister Keiko ran twice as far. How far did Keiko run? So I'm going to start off by drawing what I think Tamika's should look like. So I know she ran 2 5/8 miles. So I'm going to draw a tape diagram, and here I'm going to say that this part represents 2 and this part represents 5/8. Now, I'm looking at this phrase here that says twice as far. 2 times as many means multiply by 2. So I was just looking at that and I just asked myself, what do I know about the problem? So I knew that Tamika ran 2 5/8 miles. I drew a picture of what I know so far. I drew out this picture that Tamika ran 2 5/8 miles. So what do I need to find out? I need to find out just here. My question is, how far did Keiko run? Now the fourth step, I'm going to ask myself, what steps do I need to take to answer the question? Well, I think in order to show twice as far here, I'm going to need to draw another model that shows how far Keiko ran. So I'm going to write a K right there to stand for Keiko, and I know that she ran 2 times as far as Tamika. So I'm going to write one right here, but then I'm going to draw another one to represent the 2 times. So I'm showing that Tamika ran 2 5/8, but Keiko ran twice that. She ran 2 5/8 one time, and then she ran 2 5/8 again. Next, we're going to go through how we could solve that problem. So there are 2 different ways you could do your solution, and I'm going to show them both to you. So, solution number 1. You could look at this and you could say, oh, well, we just talked about 2 times as many, meaning multiply by 2, or twice as many. So I could write 2 times 2 5/8. I remember that that is the same as 2 times 2 plus 5/8. This is what we did yesterday. So I know that I can then write out 2 times 2, because I multiply that by that. And then I can write 2 times 5/8 out. Multiply right there. And I know that 2 times 2 equals 4, and 2 times 5/8 equals 10/8. Now remember, we talked about what we needed to do yesterday. If we came across a fraction that was greater than 1, we need to turn that into a mixed number. So I know that 8 can go into 10 one time, and that there would be 2 8s left over. So I'd be left with 1 and 2 8s. Finally, to finish this off, I need to add 4 plus 1 and 2 8s. I just add my whole numbers together, which would be 5 and 2 8s miles. Now I'm going to show you one more way that you could solve this problem. So you could look at this and you could say, you know what? This just looks like a great way to do some addition right here. So I'm just going to say that she has 2 5/8 and then plus 2 5/8. I can add that together because I know that these can be split up into 2 5/8. These are like our number bonds, remember? 2 5/8. Well, I know I can add 2 plus 2 together really easily. So 2 plus 2 equals 4. And then I do 5/8 plus 5/8, and that is equal to 10/8. Once again, we are left in the same situation as we were in the first problem. We need to turn this into a mixed number. So once again, I know that that's going to end up equaling 1 and 2 8s. I add them together and I get also 5 and 2 8s miles. Either way works. You could do solution number 1 where you multiply, or solution number 2 where you add them together. But those are the steps that I went through in order to solve this problem.